CSMA protocols is that aloha protocols. These protocols that will not take care about or that is not listen the channel before transmission. So therefore they do not export the information about the channel to the others. Mean that the channel is free or that the channel is busy with some user which are using for transmission of information. So, but that will be taken care in this particular CSMA protocols, carrier sense multiple access protocols. So here CSMA listens the channel before engaging transmission. That means, so if the channel is idle, then only it will be transmit. If not, then it will wait for some amount of time and it will transmit. So what is the advantage? Means so obviously there is a decrease in collisions. The collision chances will be reduced. So that's why the efficiency will be achieved. So here in CSMA protocols, so to analyze the performance, there are two parameters are there, two important parameters. So what are the two important parameters are detection delay and propagation delay. Detection delay and propagation delay. So here what is the detection delay? Detection delay means, so here the time required for the terminal to sense, because we are checking before transmission in CSMA, carrier sense multiple access. Means, so here it will check the channel, it will check the channel whether it is free or not. So that is called as a detection delay, the time which is required to take to sense that particular channel about busyness of things. So that is a function of a hardware, the receiver hardware. That is the function of the receiver hardware, detection delay. So second one is the propagation delay. Propagation delay. So here it is a measure how fast it takes a transmission of data from one end to another end, from base station to mobile terminal, from base station to mobile terminal. So that is a propagation delay. So that is also the propagation delay also will give impact on the performance of the CSMA protocols. So detection delay and propagation delay, these are the two parameters you need to consider to analyze the performance of this particular CSMA protocol, carrier sense multiple access protocols, carrier sense multiple access. Here the propagation delay. The propagation delay in CSMA protocols is propagation delay in CSMA protocols is represented by TD is equal to TP into RB by M, TP into RB by M. So where TP is the propagation time and RB is the channel bit rate and M is the expected number of bits in the data packet. This is the propagation delay formula. Propagation delay formula. So here, depending upon the variations of carrier sensing or CSMA, there are several methods are there. Several methods. That is, there are three methods are there. First one is one persistent CSMA. One persistent CSMA. So here, in one persistent CSMA, the terminal listens to a channel and it's wait for a minimum amount of time or till the channel becomes free or idle. So then as soon as the channel is becomes ideal, the terminal transmits the message with probability 1, probability 1. So that is called persistent. That is called persistent, one persistent CSM, one persistent CSM. So next one is non-persistent CSM. Non-persistent CSM means here after receiving a negative acknowledgement, the terminal will wait for a random amount of time before retransmission. So that will be decided by the particular so the random amount of time, so which is going to be considered, this depends upon this particular product generated companies or this transmission based on the protocol rules. So here, so this is the non-persistent CSMA is ordered for wireless LAN applications. So the transmission interval is very much greater than the propagation data transmission. So this is non-persistent CSMA, wireless LAN applications. So it will check for the acknowledgement. So if it is getting any negative acknowledgement, it will wait for a command amount of time, and it will send the data up to the particular times. Next, P persistent CSM. P persistent CSM. So here P persistent means so here it will check for the channel idleness and the packet is, if the channel is idle, the packet is transmitted in the available slot or first available slot with probability P. Then the next slot, if the data is not ready for the particular first available slot transmission, we will go for the next available slot. With probability 1 minus. So this is applied to the static charge. This is applied to plotted charges. So this is P persistent CSM. P persistent. So 1 persistent, non-persistent CSMA and P persistent CSM. P persistent CSM. So next one is CSMA CD. CD stands for collision detection. Collision detection means so it will check or it will monitor the transmission for collisions. So if collision happens, then it will abort the transmission. And here user having both transmitter and receiver access. This transmitter and receiver access. So this is about this particular CSMA protocols. These are the 4 protocols. So CSMA will check for the channel before going to transmit the data. The first point, so the efficiency will be increased due to the decreasing in collisions. The second point, the parameters considered for this particular CSMA protocols are detection delay and propagation delay. So detection delay is denoted by the formula TP into RP by M. And variations of the CSMA strategy are one persistent CSMA, the probability 1, because it will wait for the channel becomes ready. So second persistent. So non-persistent, what happens in non-persistent? So it will, once it will get the receive negative, then it will wait for random amount of time and it will retransmit the data. This is applicable for, this is used for wireless LAN applications. Third one is the persistent CSMA. So here when a channel is found to be idle, so the packet is transmitted the first available step with probability P, but in the next step with probability 1 minus P, 1 minus P. So this is slotted charges, applied step. So next one is CSMS. CSMS. So carrier sends multiple access with collision detections. Here it will check further, it will monitor the continuously transmission and collisions. So if the collision happens in the middle of the transmission, it will abort the transmission. So it will support listen-while propagation. That is simultaneous transmission reception. So that is CSMA CD. So next one is the reservation protocols. So here reservation protocol in the name itself, it is indicating that so a packet access scheme is used based on the time division multiplexing. So here in the reservation means, so here the certain packet slots are assigned. Certain packet slots are assigned with priority, and it is possible for user to reserve for the transmission of packets. Either it may be permanently or a complete division of time, it may be reserved or reserved on the request. So here if you observe for high traffic conditions, so the reservations and request will offer a better flow. So the reservation allow, which is the packet access scheme, so based on the time division multiplexing operation. So either based on the requirement or based on the priority, the certain packet slots are reserved permanently, or it will be assigned based on a demand for a particular moment of time. So here for high traffic conditions will offer better throughput, the reservation allow. So examples of this reservation allow. Example of reservation allow is first one is type 1. You can take that. Right? Successful transmission reserves a slot permanently until its transmission is completed. Means based on the demand, based on the